here with Half Dozen Customs. We're back out here on the Jeep today. It's raining pretty good outside, so it's loud in the shop, so I apologize for that. I got the gas pedal and the brake pedal out of the Jeep, and we're gonna finish welding that up. Put some nuts and bolts to everything instead of some sheet metal screws, and hopefully get it all painted up. We're just gonna rattle can it black. So yeah, let's get to it. So if you remember, we made this piece to go in up against a piece that they had. We had bent this over, we had trimmed it up, cleaned it up. So now we're gonna weld it solid all the way around, inside and out, and then we'll get this piece painted. We also gotta drill out these holes and weld some nuts to the back side here, so that we can actually bolt it in. We'll string him up, get some paint on him. Alright, we'll give that a little bit to dry. I think I'm gonna tape up some of this gas pedal assembly. And we'll get a coat on this guy so that he's all nice and clean looking. Ready to give a little squirt on that. let this dry. I'm gonna put a couple more coats on it, and then we'll start on the brake pedal. Brake pedal, we gotta weld it up fully all the way around, and then there's the brake light switch button thingy that we got cut off the old pedal and welded on the new pedal. So, and then same thing, we're gonna get it hung up and painted. So, I'll see you guys when I'm done putting some coats on this. Sorry about the rain noise. Alright, got a couple coats on that other stuff. It's over there drying. Now we have this unit, which is the brake pedal unit. So the gas pedal unit's done. Now we got to do the brake pedal unit. Not only are we going to get this brake pedal unit done, but I'm going to do the booster as well. That's going to go black. We're going to leave the master cylinder silver, but we're going to do the booster itself black. So I may end up getting that shot at some point in time today. So, but let's work on this first. So this was the old assembly that was in there. If you guys haven't seen previous videos, I replaced this pedal with a 49 Ford pedal. They were pretty much the same, but if you look, they cut and extended this one, and I mean, it looks like it was welded really good, so, you know, I wasn't worried about it coming apart. It just looked bad. So, 49 Ford pedal was exactly the same as what they had in there, lengthwise, without the cut. So, now we do have a cut in there, but it's up underneath all of this. So we gotta take this apart, we gotta clean it up, and we gotta weld it really well. We'll see. I think welding it'll just be fine. But you know, I don't know, maybe we should add a couple of pieces and weld it up. I don't know, we'll see. But the first thing that we need to do is so this is the button. It's an adjustable button. Well, it's supposed to be adjustable button to hit the brake light switch. So the brake light switch screws in right here, and this little rubber stopper needs to be welded up in here so that it can push on the brake switch. So I'm going to try and see if we can get this guy to unscrew out of there so that we can cut this tab off, and then weld it on that one. So now this is what we got as far as what we got to weld up here. I think that there is plenty plenty of metal here for us to weld on. I'm gonna throw this in the blast cabinet real quick and get it blasted up. And I think we're gonna throw it in the drill press, and we're gonna drill part way through so that we can, well, we'll drill all the way through this one and partially into this one so that we can get a good plug weld in there. And then we'll weld up all the way around everything. And I think we'll be good. We'll round this corner up. We can't round it up too much because that's where the spring goes, but we'll round it up some. So let me throw this in the blast cabinet real quick and we'll get it cleaned up. All right, let's get to welding. Oh, you know what? We need to drill a hole. Oh, you guys died on me? You guys missed the show. I got this all welded up. It looks awesome. We got 2 plug welds on one side, 1 plug weld on the other, which are connecting. The plug weld from this side connects with the plug weld from this side just by a little bit. Like I nicked the corner of it, which I was hoping to. When I drilled that last hole, I was hoping to clip the other hole, so I did. So it's good. We're welded good. I am not worried about this. This will never break. So we are good to go. I finished welding up this tab here. I am gonna let this thing cool off. It is super duper duper hot. So I'll be back in a little bit. All right, we're back. We let this cool off. I threw it in the blast cabinet. I sandblasted up everything that we welded. There was some grease that leaked out, so I cleaned that up with some pre-cleaner and hit it with the sandblaster, hoping that it'll be okay. Even if we get a couple of fish eyes, it's way up underneath the dashboard. I don't think anybody will ever see it. But tried to clean it up the best that I could. So this is ready to paint. So I'm gonna go over here. We're gonna throw a few coats at it. I did get the other pieces done that we were working on earlier, and I didn't like the way that they looked. Being gloss black, it just showed way too many of the imperfections. And even though you don't see most of it, you know, you are gonna see the arm sticking down with the pedal. And there was just welding splatter and dust and dirt, and I just wasn't happy with it. So I hit it with some flat matte clear, just to take the shine away. I think it looks way better because you don't see any of the, you don't see any of the flaws in any of it. So it looks way better to me. I'm happier with it. I'm telling you, in the gloss it looked good, but there was just way too much going on, too much that I could see, and I just wasn't happy with it. So we'll do the same thing to this so that it matches. I think being the flat, it looks a little more factory, I would say, because I don't think that they were sprayed high gloss from the factory. You know, the pedal arms is what I'm talking about, what you see. I don't think it was ever high gloss. It was like a semi-gloss. I'll have semi-gloss, so we did flat. Okay, so this is gonna take a few coats. While that dries, then we're gonna clean up the cage and get that scuffed up. We'll hang that up and paint that next. Just wiping it down before I scuff it in case there's any oils or grease on it. I don't want to scuff it into it. End up making a area that'll fisheye a lot larger. You scuff it around. That dried up fast. It's warm in here. Good enough for a piece that'll never be seen. Alright, I got that piece strapped up. Let's get some paint on it. Alright, I'll be back after these are done. And I think we're gonna pull the booster off next. And we'll get that hung and get that painted. That is gonna go gloss black. And then, you know, it is what it is. It's got a texture to it already. So, you know, it is what it is. There's a couple things. I'm not sure quite yet, but I think the motor's gonna go black, and then we got the blue valve covers, and we're gonna have a blue intake cover on it, and then like the battery tray's going black, the brake booster's going black, so it's gonna be blue with black accents. You know, inside the interior, the dashboard's going blue, but everything else is going black. So yeah, so kind of a blue and black thing. But that'll be gloss, and that'll be next. So see you soon. Alright, so we got the booster pulled. I'm gonna get ready. We're gonna sand it down with some 80 grit and get it painted. I've already sandblasted this, so we're just gonna, you know, clean it up. Some of it's sort of the surface rust from just sitting in the shop, so we'll get it cleaned up and get her painted. So I was just looking, I was gonna grab the bolts and throw them on there and paint them, and they don't match. So I got some new ones with the lockers on the back. We'll just throw these on. I'm not gonna paint them because they look nice and new. I'm just gonna throw them in the bag. We're just gonna wipe it down with some free cleaner. And this is just getting rattle canned again. I say it in all my videos that I use the rattle can in. It's paint and primer all in one. So I call it 2-in-1. So there's no need to, go through and prime this. If I was using base coat, clear coat or something, then I would, I would prime this and sand it down and whatnot, but I don't recommend spitting all over yours, but add that little extra. All right, well, we'll give that some time to set up, and we'll put a couple more coats on it. I've been putting 3 coats on everything. So I'll see you back here when it's nice and shiny. As you can see, I left him shiny. I thought maybe the flat black petals inside the shiny cage would give it a tasteful offset. So even though it's up underneath the dash and most people won't ever see it, I'll know it's there. Okay, so we got it all painted up. I think it looks good, nice and shiny. I only got 2 coats on it. The second coat, I had a couple of spots that fish-eyed, right around up here at the top, which you'll never see once it's in the truck. And then a couple of spots down here that are on the bottom. I think it looks okay, but if for some odd reason I put it back on the truck and I'm just not happy with the way that it looks, when we go for final assembly on the truck, it's got a good base on it now. We'll scuff it up and we'll reshoot it again, and we'll get rid of those fisheyes. So the fisheyes don't look like they're down to bare metal, other than up around the where the push rod goes through, which is on the inside. That was the only spot that I seen it where it actually fisheyed to bare metal. The rest of it looks like it's all black. You can just see some fisheyes in there. So, like I said, I think we'll be okay. It would just be more along the lines of, I don't like the looks of it. And if that's the case, after that has plenty of time to dry, we can scuff it up and reshoot it again, and we'll be fine. So, it was a used brake booster that was in the engine compartment, all greasy, grimy. I sandblasted it, I cleaned it, I did what I was supposed to do, and we still got some fisheyes in there, so it is what it is. Either we won't see them and we're good to go, or I'll take care of it later. So ain't much I can do now. I'm not going to keep adding paint. So I think that's it for today's video, today's project. I think in the next video, maybe tomorrow, we'll get everything reassembled and put back in the truck, so that we can run the wiring for everything. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Remember, like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. I'm out.